Hi everyone, it's Joe from WhatCulture.com. Now, I know I said that we'd be back on video last week.
You lied.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I have had to come straight from my other job.
Yeah, it's fine. Plus, our cameras and everything are packed and ready to be travelled down to Nottingham tomorrow because, of course, it's Delete WCPW on Wednesday.
Delete.
You excited, Jack the Jobber at Jack_the Jobber?
I'm not excited. I'm excited for the crowd.
You're not excited?
No, I'm excited for the show and that, but I'm scared because I've been targeted by, Matt Hardy.
Oh, that's true. You're on his list.
I'm Jobber Jack on his list. Yeah.
Will Jobber Jack be over in Nottingham?
I mean, I'll be over in one sense of the word, but not the other.
Has he said how he's going to deal with you? Are you being deleted? Are you being eaten? What are you?
No, it was my list for deletion. I'm going to be deleted.
You're being deleted.
So you are being deleted?
Yeah, it's worked out all right for Jeff. He seems to be having a happy little time.
That's true. You'd be Jobsolete.
Yeah.
As I'm sure people can tell by now, I am joined by the Raw live stream team. I'm joined by Adam Blampied and Jack the Jobber.
We're the best ones. Screw you, SmackDown live
who
team.
are eagerly anticipating tonight's episode of Raw, which
Second
emanates.
time you've lied.
I'm so keen.
Anyway, Raw this week emanates from Flair Country.
Ah, Charlotte.
Woo!
South Carolina,
North Carolina.
Yeah, that's why I said
The
originally.
Carolinas.
Charlotte, North Carolina, and the main event features a charlatan. Oh,
Yes, very good.
a charlatan called Charlotte.
Yeah, I didn't know that this was the main event until you just told me. It's
Yes.
her versus...
The main event is Charlotte versus Sasha Banks for the 87,000th time for the Women's Championship. Let me get your thoughts on this, guys.
Well, this is the one that... So what, Sasha wins on Raw and Charlotte always wins on pay-per-view, right? So one of those... Are we expecting one of those to break, or is Sasha going to win the title again? Surely not, because Charlotte's doing a thing with Bayley, right?
I think Charlotte's going to retain, surely. And I think someone will cost Sasha, and that'll set up her next feud to keep her away from the title for a bit.
That's a good shout, Jack the Jobber.
They
you.
do have a habit of messing with hometown people. They did it with Sasha at Boston.
True.
They could do it again.
They once did it with Beth
Could
Phoenix in Buffalo. Never forgave them for that.
What happened to her?
She lost a match that I think she was definitely going to win against like Brie Bella or someone.
Oh,
It
God.
was ages ago now. I don't know why it sticks in the mind so well.
Sounds awful.
But they mess with people in their hometowns.
JR especially. I think he had to kiss Mr. McMahon's buttocks in his...
Was that in Oklahoma?
That was in Oklahoma. This match has come about as a result of Sasha tapping Charlotte out of the bank statement last week in a tag match with Bayley, with Sasha Banks, Bayley versus Nia Jax and Charlotte. Realistically, the title shouldn't drop. I think we're sick of the hot potato going on with the title. I'd love nothing more than to see Sasha get a very lengthy run, but I just don't see them bringing the top woman in the company down at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think take Charlotte to Bayley at the Roadblock, I guess.
Yeah.
Charlotte will win there, then probably a rematch at Rumble.
Stop spoiling it. Stop it.
Oh, sorry,
Just
guys.
speculate what's going to happen.
Yeah, well,
Is
I
that
don't
what
think...
we're paid to do?
Yeah,
I'm
true.
going to go out on a limb, I say, and predict that Charlotte will retain the
Same.
title.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Who do you
agree
think?
with you guys.
Who do you think will, if I'm right, who do you think will attack Sasha? I think Nia Jax.
I think Nia Jax.
would be a
Right,
good
yeah,
shout.
fair enough, yeah.
I think it'd be a really good complement of styles. Her
Yeah.
just throwing Sasha all over the place and Sasha landing on her neck like she does.
It worked with Bayley in NXT. They had a
Yes,
good feud. They had a good
absolutely.
match. It was good. The match got kind of mixed reviews. I thought it was a good one.
Really?
Oh, did it? Am I thinking of a different match?
Remind me, did Sasha Banks submit Nia Jax?
I believe she
did.
did.
That's our
It's about the
series?
yeah.
That could set up a match at
Wait, Sasha
Roadblock.
Banks wouldn't have submitted Nia Jax?
Oh yeah, they're on the same team. Oh, Becky
Of
Lynch.
course.
It
Oh,
was
it was Becky Lynch.
Disarmed
So Nia Jax has submitted Bayley's guillotine choke at Takeover.
Take over London.
She submitted to Becky Lynch's disarmer.
Yeah.
If a potential match at Roadblock is set up between Nia Jax and Sasha Banks to allow Bayley to go for the title, is Nia Jax really going to submit a third time?
I think Nia Jax needs to win a big match, I think.
They're making her a coward. A cowardly woman. And she's twice the size of everyone else.
She is.
Who's the real charlatan in the women's division, I say?
What's the answer?
Nigel.
From one title match, we go on to another. Today is day 458 of the New Day's
20
WWE
days left.
Tag Team title reign. Yes, they have 20 days left, but they may not make it further than tonight. Tonight they are defending the Tag Team titles against the Club.
Well, they do have all the momentum in the world. I think they're just going to do it every week, right? Every week until they break the record, they'll just go up against a different team.
Do you think they'll win this one clean, or do you think they'll cheat again?
I think they'll cheat again.
That'd
be nice.
It's different, isn't it?
I prefer New Day as heels.
But
another disqualification, do you think, or just a dirty win?
Well, how did they get it last week? It was
distraction or something, wasn't it?
Trombone.
It was trombone. Trombone ahead to title win.
Something like that. Something happened.
But they're not being heels, kind of. They're screwing over heels.
Definitely felt.
It was Cesaro.
It definitely felt heelish.
Yeah,
whatever
it
they
did
last week. But I can see them doing like another shaky victory. I don't think a DQ just because they've done 2 of those. One at SummerSlam and then one at what was it, Hell in a Cell, something. Anyway,
could we potentially be seeing? We saw a tag team turmoil match on SmackDown, and I think that worked very well. Is there flexibility to have one at Roadblock? Because at Roadblock, that is day 478, which means if they get past Roadblock, they've done it.
Is it really?
Yeah, Roadblock is day 478.
Wow.
Which means if they get past Roadblock, they survive.
They surely will.
Surely they're going to stack the deck. Like maybe as a result of all of the shaky victories, they're going to stack the deck against the New Day to get them to day 479.
I mean, if they were super baby faces, that might make sense. I mean, maybe they're just going to weasel their way through the entire division. That'd be fun. I'd like to see that. I think that's a good shout. I'd like to see a gauntlet.
For the past few months now, I like the New Day. I like them a hell of a lot. No, I like the New Day.
Were you about to say I like them?
I was about to say I'm putting it.
Okay.
But I do like them. But I've just got to the stage now where it reminds me of being a kid. Because when I first got into, I'll keep this anecdote short.
I mean, you haven't been a kid for that long, so.
Hey, when I first got into wrestling, it was 2000, and it felt, even though at the time it probably was only a few months' reign, it felt like Edge and Christian held the belts forever because I hated them because they were heels.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want the Hardys. I wanted the Hardys to win, all the Dudleys. And I was like, it feels like they've been holding on these belts forever. To the point where I started to question myself, like, do these titles change hands, or is it just theirs? And for like a little while as a kid, I thought maybe they're just Edge and Christian's belts. And now it feels like the New Day have just had the belts for so long.
Well, Edge and Christian were like, cause in the late 90s, obviously the belts switched hands all the time. Edge and Christian were one of the few teams that actually got to keep it for like a decent length of time.
But in my head, that felt like forever.
Yeah.
It felt like so long.
The same with for me, because I was.
I love them now, by the way. Like my favourite of the 3.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
But there was when I was still but a Wayne, when Steve Austin had the belt in 2001, felt like
that mega run from Mania 17
till Unforgiven. Well, but you sort of count.
But he was like weaseling his way out of like the New Day are. He was like, there was that, I think it was
SummerSlam he
got DQ'd by beating up all the refs.
After
it was great, but
Benoit and Jericho, he got out of there.
Yeah,
I got out of the Undertaker twice. I think it's cool. Like if they're going a new direction with the New Day, they are played out baby faces now, I think.
Yeah.
So I think what made them great was their complete kind of delusion. Like we are great, we are awesome.
That's where the name came from. It was like an optimistic name, and they were healed. It was like
New Day.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be the best thing to do with them.
Turn them heel again.
Turn them heel.
Yeah, I think so as well.
One thing I think we can deduce is they're definitely not losing the titles tonight.
No.
The record is going to be theirs. Thanks.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I think
it is. A little bit of doubt there.
It's just since Goldberg beat Lesnar, I just don't know what's up and what's down.
That's the thing. Like
anything can happen in the world wrestling. What?
Are they? Look, if there's one thing you can sort of safely predict, it's that WWE are quite petty.
They love to swerve you for the sake of swerving.
Yeah. Well, and I also think that the demolition lawsuit is a thing.
Oh, true.
And I just don't think they're going to keep the record on demolition. Not when they have the opportunity to change it to one of their current generation.
Well, wait until I bet they're kicking themselves that they gave CM Punk such a long reign now. They're probably oh God, what have we done?
Yes, it's like, well, how are we going to beat that?
Yeah.
That could easily be changed with any of the top names, but that's a discussion for another time,
Yeah,
I
it is,
believe.
yeah.
But I think we can safely deduce that the New Day are going to take it to Roadblock at the bare minimum, and we'll have to see what happens at Roadblock. Moving on to last week's main event, which was for the Universal Championship between Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens,
It was good.
which ended in shady circumstances.
Yes,
Thanks
indeed.
to Sin Cara.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Sin Jericho.
Shinsuke Nakamura, because he had a Nakamura hoodie on as well.
High five.
No, come on.
Come on. No, I
For
mean
the-
it.
for
I mean
the-
it. There you go.
There we
That's
go.
for everyone listening. There, that was the sound of an authentic high five.
Yeah.
Basically, Chris Jericho dressed up in a Nakamura Shinsuke hoodie and a Sin Cara mask.
He's a good troll.
He is a good troll.
We were so tired though. We were like, "Who's that? Why?" We didn't realize
We
until after.
we
We were
didn't quite
like,
notice the hoodie.
"No, we were like, what? Who's that? Oh, it's Jericho."
I mean, my initial reaction was, why is Sin Cara just punched out Seth Rollins? Which
Yeah.
I guess is, that's the intent. Just like he's broken free from the back and is just punching everybody in the
It was
company now.
a good little psych out, considering everything that had happened at Survivor Series with the list
Yep.
getting in the way of Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho ultimately. They seemed back on the same page, seemed solid as a unit. But ultimately, where does this leave the trio of Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho heading into a pay-per-view?
Well, Y2J was prohibited from coming to ringside as part of the title match steps. He came to ringside.
But then they made it no DQ.
Yeah.
It was stupid officiating. It was stupid GMing.
So whatever it is, Seth Rollins has got he's got a grievance. So I assume this is going. I mean, I guess it could go to Roadblock, or they could set up another number one contender to get Roman Reigns to Roadblock, because everyone thought that Roman Reigns is going to Roadblock after his whole "I've got two shoulders." I'd like to put something on both shoulders because my shoulders are big shoulders.
Because I am the WWE's Conor McGregor.
Big shoulder.
Duh.
So
Oh dear.
I quite like to see Chris Jericho suspended above the ring in a cage. I think that would be quite fun.
Yeah.
But we have just done that at Takeover.
If you could choose to suspend anyone from in that match type, Jericho would be my first choice. I think it'd be
Or
hilarious. Or Heyman.
Yeah.
Jericho would be funnier.
Jericho would, he'd just the stuff he would
Yeah.
shout from the cage.
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
amazing.
Could always do that with Matt Hardy.
Yeah, maybe let's
Yeah.
just do that. tune in on Wednesday to see us castrate our own event by putting Matt Hardy in
We
a
are next
cage.
to a swimming pool. We could make it interesting.
It's true.
We are. Here's one for you. Could we conceivably see a fatal four-way match for the title at Roadblock with Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, and
The
the
big
aforementioned multiple broad-shouldered Roman Reigns?
I think,
that'd be
I think
alright.
that would be good.
Yeah.
I think Roadblock is kind of. I'm not feeling any hype for it. I mean, they have just started the build. To be
You
fair,
ain't
but
hype.
There is
I
another
ain't
pay-per-view to come before that as well, isn't there, with TLC?
TLC. Yep. I'm so tired.
It's this week.
It's this Sunday.
Is it?
It's this
Yes.
week. Yeah.
Oh, bollocks! Are we already at a go home SmackDown?
We're on a go-home
This week, Adam.
SmackDown.
Come on.
Right.
WCPW all week and then
Delete
more wrestling at the
WCPW.
weekend.
Just pop my title over my shoulder and run out to defend it. Then shall I?
See you later, Matt. Yeah, cheers for
We-
working with us, and then we'll just. Matt Hardy wasn't over there. I was just acting.
Oh right. Okay.
We
those who
need
got-
to find some time to do
Adam-
predictions as well.
Adam just bought me waving by to someone who wasn't even there. That's
sold
great.
it. Sold it.
You sold it,
beautifully.
yeah.
So wait, we have to do predictions this week.
Yeah, man. It's this Sunday.
Oh, motherless God. All right, fine. So, what was it? Yeah, fatal four-way. Yeah, why not? I don't. Save Roman and Kevin Owens too. That could be Royal Rumble. That'd be a decent. Well, basically, it keeps Roman Reigns out of the Royal Rumble,
True.
which I think everyone needs at this point. I think I'd Roman and Kevin, with Kevin and Jericho maybe imploding.
If Roman Reigns is being inserted into the title picture, which it looks like it could happen, how quickly does he lose the US title? Because there is no way in hell that they're going to put both belts on Reigns.
Do you know think?
6 months after the whole suspension scandal.
True.
Well,
I
they have
really
done it
don't-
recently with Seth as well.
Yeah, Seth was,
That was awesome.
world champion, US champion. He only held both belts for a month, but at the same time, it was so rare, it's
was so
unreal.
good.
Are they really going to repeat that twice in the space of a year?
That's when he turned into like a Super Saiyan. He was just doing insane moves.
He was Tommy. Tommy from the Power Rangers.
Right, I don't know. We've talked about. I'm not familiar with either the Power Rangers or Dragon Ball Z, but you know.
In the Night Garden, is that your generation?
He turned into the strongest of all the Teletubbies.
But yeah, it's going to be.
Dipsy.
It's intriguing to see.
Tipsy was certainly the most confident. Of the
Yeah. Well, Ron's isn't the biggest dog in the fight.
Were they all male, the Teletubbies?
No,
Nope.
Lala and Paul were girls.
Who was it that had the bag? Was that Tinky
That
Winky?
was Tinky Winky, the biggest one. But
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's not Rollins.
Seeing as I'm editing this, I can get away with this. But why the f*** are we talking about the Teletubbies?
This was good. This is what they want to hear.
Yeah, this is our
#content.
Sorry, Joe. Go on.
this is our unique selling point.
Jesus Christ. Moving on to the cruiserweights. Now, the cruiserweights have a... the guy... Oh, no.
I'm gonna grab a biscuit. Keep going.
Wait, what's up? What?
You want a biscuit?
No, I'm alright, thanks. What's happened?
So the cruiserweights are heading into a very pivotal time, I should say. I've been thrown off with Teletubby banter. Rich Swann last week got a vital #1 contenders win. He will challenge the Brian Kendrick. It seems like that's going to happen on the debut show of 205 Live.
Right.
Which is Tuesday. Tomorrow,
Wow.
yes.
Come on, quick, hasn't it?
Are we going to see anything regarding cruiserweights tonight, do you reckon?
Got my biscuit.
Yes,
There'll probably
please.
be like some kind of 6-man where they just throw them all in, I reckon. Maybe. But how are they going to work both shows? I still don't get it. I'm baffled that Kendrick won at Survivor Series. Can't believe it. So I don't know. We'll probably just see another one of those, like, we'll have Dar and Dorado against. We'll have Team Dorado against. I've done so many bad puns.
Lindsay
this time.
Dorado.
Yeah. Against like two of the heels or something. Tony Nese, he's a guy, isn't he? He's one of them.
He sure is.
Yeah,
And Drew Gulak maybe.
I mix those two up all the time. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Okay, are they very different?
Well, they're both kind of bearded white dudes.
That's why I think.
But like Drew
Which
Gulak,
one's the smaller, more agile one?
that's Tony Nese.
Tony
And
Nese.
then Drew Gulak's the big cruiserweight.
Drew Gulak is the
He's
one
the biggest
who
of
has
all the
kind of
cruiserweight.
S&M pajamas. That's
Okay,
his thing.
right. Yes, okay. I think there'll be just something like that. What do you think?
I think it would be good to give Rich Swann a big win.
Can you handle that?
I can handle it.
But Rich Swann had a big win last week, getting the #1 contenders match to set up the title match on 205
I
Live
don't think he's
tomorrow
going to win. I think Kendrick's going to hold the belt for a bit.
night. You would think so.
Yeah, I think if 205 Live is when the title match is happening, right? Not on
Tomorrow night. Yeah.
Tomorrow night is when it's
Tomorrow night.
happening. Then, yeah, like, if Kendrick's going to win, which I think he is, then it makes sense for Rich Swann to do something very, very exciting.
Yeah. I don't mind if Kendrick holds the belt for a while, though.
No.
Like, he's great.
Maybe give a title match to Kendrick and a title match to Rich Swann and have them both win. Both look like winners going into their match.
Okay, that'll be good. I'd like that.
It also puts the heel and a face over, so it's not heel heavy, face heavy.
Nope.
Nice even split. Last talking point before we move on to some questions, because I am going to answer some questions this week. Last week we saw a pixelated dong,
Yes.
or something that resembled a pixelated dong around a married
Oh,
woman.
right, yeah.
And the
I
married-
wasn't too comfortable with this angle, I don't ever mean
Neither
perfectly honest.
was Lana, but
This is
she was the
PG.
heel.
Yeah.
But she was the heel.
Yeah.
Once again, someone has been incredibly inappropriate to Lana and Rusev, and they are the bad guys.
That's right. How dare they?
But justice prevailed in the end when Rusev got a victory over Enzo Amore. The website seems to think that this week it's going to be Cass's turn. Rusev versus Big Cass this week.
Sure.
Do we think?
I could see it, yeah.
Yeah. Do we have any ideas? And I know this is one of the questions that one of you guys asked, so I'm sorry, but I'm going to steal it. What are the plans for Rusev? Can we salvage the US title away from Reigns and put it back on Rusev?
Is that a step in the right direction for Rusev at this point? To have the US title again?
Realistically, forgive me for answering a question with a question, but realistically, how in the title picture is Rusev at the moment?
Well, he's not at all.
Exactly, so...
But, like, is it kind of, is he just taking a step sideways? I mean, I think, well, now that Kevin Owens and Rusev are cut from the same cloth in terms of heels. They're both funny, they're both big hairy guys, and they both kind of get cheap victories, so I don't see them ever kind of... Rusev isn't going to be in the title picture until Kevin Owens drops it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe US title is the best thing for him.
I
But
think
don't
Rusev's
know.
one of those guys, like, kind of like, I guess, like no, Booker T did hold a big belt, but like someone like that who's like always, you can always see them in the picture. Like they could have a world title feud and you wouldn't bat an eyelid.
Yeah.
But like Umaga, like
Sure.
they could have a world title feud, and they wrestled in a similar style actually. But like they would, maybe.
Well, they do that thing where they go,
Well, that's what I was thinking.
And then
they're both
kick
kind
someone.
of. Yeah, that was it. I think that's literally where. Yeah, but where like they'll always be portrayed as a threat. But I don't know if he'll ever be world champion. You know?
Well, I think the problem is he's been conquered by John Cena, and it's really hard to be like an invincible threat when that happens.
And he had
it happened to Umaga, yeah.
And he had a tank.
He had a tank.
And he lost.
He had a tank with a Ferrari engine. What is whose nickname is that? The army tank with a Ferrari engine.
Husky Harris.
It's Husky Harris.
Is it?
Like, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, that's very good.
Awful.
That's a good nickname.
I'm going to make it a hat trick of lying here. Final quick mention. Do we see anything happening with Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman this week? Or is that done?
Who did Sami Zayn face last week? He faced
Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
Because Mick Foley had to stop it.
Yeah, definitely see more of that.
Stop. I fell off a cage twice, but stop it. He's too beat up.
No, he's in the tree of woe.
Why is
Please.
Foley's just turned into a gran. Like, he's just worried about everyone all the time. Come on, gran, we're just playing in the snow. Like, what are you doing? Anyway,
It's twice that he told off Charlotte and Sasha for daring to go in a Hell in a Cell match, despite the fact that he booked that.
Did he book it?
And then also he booked the match of Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn.
I'm starting to dislike him, you know? Not him
Foley.
the man, but him the character. I'm really like, Foley, get on my nerves, man.
Especially because he's just so chin-waggy with Steph.
See how the high five they did. Like, yay, we're winning Survivor Series. Yay.
Right, let's move on to some Twitter questions. Thank you very much, guys, for getting your submissions in. First question. What do you guys think of Roman Reigns pinning Kevin Owens clean at live events over the last week or so?
Is he? Oh, dear.
Yes, is that a sign of things to come?
Not
Don't
necessarily,
don't
it's
like
house
that.
shows, isn't it?
But I don't like it. Grr.
Grr. Don't, I assume it's the main event every time. Yeah, they always end the main event with the face going over. Send people home happy. Doesn't mean anything.
But not necessarily in the match. We saw that Styles would go over Ambrose at Newcastle a couple of weeks ago, and while Ambrose would end the match on top, while Ambrose would end that on top after leveling Styles, the heel would win the match. So
maybe. I don't know.
It's interesting to see the face get a clean victory in that one.
I don't like it, but it doesn't matter that much, I don't think.
I don't know if it's a sign of things to come, though.
I don't like it, but I'll have to go along with it.
I still have my conceptions in my head about Finn getting the title back from Owens.
Are you thinking Royal Rumble?
I am thinking Finn, hopefully not number 30, but because that's just too obvious. Don't pull the edge spot again.
They should put him in at 10 and Ty Dillinger in at 30.
30.
Because have you heard about the rumours that everyone wants, well, not the rumours, but the Reddit spawn theory kind of.
That he's going to come in at
that
10.
he's going to come in at 10.
He should.
That
great,
would
wouldn't it?
be
It'd so
the
good.
ultimate pop.
It'd be great. They should have a promo where he gets it and he like looks at the number and he goes like, oh yeah, and then 10 comes and it's not him, and then he's 11 and everyone's like, yeah. I don't know why I'd be so happy about having 11, but you know.
No, I'll take 10.
I love Ty.
It's like R-Truth when it's 10.
Have you seen, speaking of just Ty for a little second, do you see again on Reddit that I can't remember who it was that was saying that they were the biggest fan of Ty Dillinger. Who was it, Jack? You spend a lot of time on Squared Circle.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Because basically Cody doesn't understand why Ty Dillinger is still in developmental, and I kind of get that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see Cody this week. I just thought I'd
What
throw
guy?
some input on
He's a
there.
great guy, isn't he? Miss him.
Yeah, it's
miss
going to
him.
be good to see him.
He misses you.
Conrad Lee.
Tweets about it all the time.
Conrad Lee asks, do you think keeping Goldberg away will decrease the momentum they could have had if he was wrestling
No.
more, or is age a big factor?
Sorry, Con, I've just dismissed you. Dismissed him horribly there.
Well, it's just we've seen it happen with Brock. It doesn't dissipate.
I get why he's worried because we see this happen a lot, but I think in Goldberg it's a special circumstance. No one beats Brock that quickly. He's not going to lose his momentum anytime soon.
Did you hear about what happened to Progress yesterday? So Jimmy Havoc versus Marty Scurll happened yesterday, and they recreated the entire Goldberg Brock Lesnar
No, I didn't know
match
that.
in the opening 30 seconds. Luckily, it didn't end that way. It ended in a wonderful way.
Who was which?
Havoc played Goldberg.
Oh, really?
And
Spearing.
Spear, and instead of the jackhammer, he hit the Rainmaker.
Oh, very good.
Before pulling off the Eddie Guerrero spot to win his way to the the title match at the end of the night.
Oh, very good. What's the
he hit himself in the head with his Skill's umbrella, threw the umbrella at Skill, hit the deck, ref caught Skill with a smoking gun.
Nice.
It was a wonderful pair of spots from the two magnificent workers. But I figured you'd like that little tidbit.
It was very good.
I do. There's a new champion, isn't there?
We have that champion on WCPW. It's only the Bruiserweight. As we're mentioning that, congratulations to Pete Dunne.
Absolutely.
For winning the Progress Championship. The
great.
guy's only 24 years old.
Yeah, Jack's actually been working out a gimmick change for Pete Dunne. Jack, do you remember what to play?
I hate you so much for bringing this up.
You put it forward in the office.
The office was a bit quiet earlier, so I thought I'd raise everyone's spirits. I just turned to the office and said, guys, we should turn Pete Dunne face and call him Pete Fun. Spelled the same, F-U-N-N-E, and Adam was the only person who laughed. But it was like a malicious laugh rather than that was funny, that was a good one.
I think it's really good.
Thanks for bringing it up, cheers.
We'll do that.
Pete Fun.
We'll
Hashtag Pete Fun. Make sure to spell fun, F-U-N-N-E, Pete Fun.
I don't know why, man.
His mentions are just going to...
Oh, God, please don't tweet Pete Fun at Pete Dunne.
Why have you told him not to do something?
Because I really don't want him to.
But Daniel Devery, I'm not going to answer your question on what's next for Rusev because I think we've already covered that. I am going to ask the most asked question of any podcast, and I imagine it will be after this point. Who's going to win the Rumble? Are we sticking to our predictions from a few weeks ago?
I think it could maybe be John Cena. Because hearing rumblings of Cena versus Taker being for the title after Taker takes it off AJ at the Rumble. But they have just done that with The Rock and Cena, so I think that's probably less likely. I think probably the person who wins the Rumble is going for the Universal Championship.
You know what? I wouldn't mind if they did that though, because last time when they did with Rock and Cena, it telegraphed every single main event storyline going in that Rumble. It was awful.
All right.
But like,
would it not be the same?
There's another belt to play.
There is another belt.
It would be less bad, and I just really want to see Taker v Cena. That would be fantastic. I think it'd be worth it.
It's the safest match to play with for Taker.
We'll get it, but not the title.
No, I think we'll get that match. I think it probably will be for the title, but I think we'll get what I would do as a little preview of how WWE should book that I'm currently writing is I would put Cena have the right to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania for his last match be fought in an elimination chamber.
Okay.
Oh. Because that's a big stake.
I like that.
The chance to get Undertaker's last match, and I would say it's Undertaker's last match. Like he's going into his last WrestleMania as champion. Will he successfully retain it, or will he be beaten?
I like that. That's really good.
Sounds good.
You should, Thank
you.
I have two more questions. The first one,
Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor.
You think Finn Balor? I'm sticking with Finn.
Okay.
I think the Finn option makes sense. It sets up the Owens-Finn rematch because I have an odd feeling if Finn would have carried the title up to WrestleMania at the bare minimum had he not got injured. But
if Sammy were to beat Braun, could be him. Because I think Finn could return, but I think Finn. I see the Rumble. If you're taking the belt off AJ, I see the Rumble as the perfect place to start AJ versus Finn.
Yeah.
You're right there.
I really want to see AJ versus Finn. I really want to see it.
I've seen Zayn v Finn.
Have you?
Yeah, it was at an NXT house show. It was great.
Nice.
It was Zayn's return.
Yeah, it was Zayn's first match back from injury. It was a wonderful match.
Fantastic.
God,
it's a little rare one as well. Just for me, not just for me. For you as well.
It's like he was wrestling just for me.
Final two quick questions. First one: who do we think? Sorry, are going to be the next tag team champions?
I think Sheamus and Cesaro.
Think it's going to be Sheamus and Cesaro.
I'd agree.
But I really want to be the club. I'm really behind those guys. I think I'm one of the very few in the office that is, but
I like him, but
I'm behind them.
I think they're in trouble. Maybe I just think they don't quite. I don't think it would rejuvenate the belts. I think it would be like to put it on them at this point. Whereas Sheamus and Cesaro have been screwed out of them a bunch of times.
I think they need it first before anyone else can be built up.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Sheamus and Cesaro, and I want it to be. So much hubris.
And final question is an interesting one. Why is Roman Reigns wearing a protective vest and it comes with the hashtag cheetah?
Yeah, this question, I don't know, because it looks cool.
Has he?
What? He always wears
still
a
wears a
protective
I know he wears a
vest.
protective vest like D'Lo Brown, but
Yeah.
I,
No, they've said hashtag.
I
It's not
thought
the
you-
hashtag cheater.
look, I don't, that's why. Yeah, I thought he was suddenly started wearing a thing with cheetah branded on it. I think yeah. Is it possibly because we've seen him have the chest protector ripped off once, and that was when he was feuding with Evolution. And they ripped it off, and he didn't have the most definition up there.
Oh.
I'm not saying the guy is,
Are they pulling the Baron Corbin on Roman
I
Reigns
think
with
he
the
might have a
the
Baron
chest
Corbin body.
protector?
I don't know. Has anyone seen him topless recently, Jack?
No.
Look, what I can remember is that he didn't have he didn't look like John Cena. I'll say that much. So that's my reason why they got him on it.
But I think the kayfabe reason of you just can't let go of the Shield. I guess I don't know.
Maybe. Durdum.
I just don't like it.
Dumb,
It's silly.
dumb.
Looks cool on him. Looks good, but
He does look good with it.
It's hard to sell an injury
yeah.
on the chest with a vest.
I could do without the Stegosaurus
protector.
back.
Was it, oh yeah, this, like the triangle. Like
Yeah, I could do without that.
They're in colours now. As
Maybe he is cheating. Maybe it's a secret weapon.
Maybe.
well. Oh, it's totally. If they came out and said like, if he turned heel and said, "I've been wearing this all along," hey, that would be great.
Ole!
It was this, Austin.
was this, yeah.
It was this all along, and that is going to bring an end to a quite muddled but quite fun Raw preview podcast.
Much like the Raws themselves, but without the Pete fun. Pete fun.
Or Teletubbies
Stop it.
banter.
Pete fun.
It's not that bad.
Ding
Come
dong,
on,
he's
it's not that
there.
It's not bad.
It's Pete fun.
It's not bad.
With his gigantic water kind of flower on his lapel squirt people. He's just become doink now.
Pete Dunne, you can bite these guys' fingers when you see them on
Bite
Wednesday.
Jack, he came up with it. I'm an innocent party and all.
You're the one that's just sang a Pete Fun
Just
song.
gonna get-
Obligatory Twitter
Pete Funhouse.
labeling. You can follow me on Twitter at the Joe Simkins.
At Jack _ the Jobber.
At Adam the Blampied.
And if you live in the Nottingham area, we still have a few tickets to come and see our wonderful Delete WCPW
Solid, even if
event
you don't live
on
in
Wednesday.
Nottingham area. Travel, you lazy. Sorry.
Come watch our guys perform some wrestling. I'm Joe from WhatCulture.com. Thank you very much for listening to the Raw Pre-Show podcast. And I promise you, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
This Wednesday, live on IP-per-view, Delete WCPW. The Grand Samba plumber, Cody Rhodes, challenges the Mexican sensation, El Ligero, for the WCPW Internet Championship. After the shocking scenes in London, Kirby, Ospreay 3. Alberto El Patron versus the debut of Johnny Mundo. Broken Matt Hardy finally arrives in WCPW, and he will face none other than Bully Ray. The final of the Adam Pagini Tag Title Tournament. Moss and Slater versus the Coffees to become the first ever WCPW Tag Team Champions. The Righteous Killer Joseph Connors defends his WCPW Championship against the local hero Joe Henry and Drew Galloway inside a steel cage. This Wednesday, 7:30, 2:30 Eastern, only